Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
We're here. Friday, May 14th, I think. I think it's my nephew's birthday today. I need to hit him up. Flip Man's Daily Live, wholesale and real estate without using your cash or credit, aka Fliptainment. Morning, afternoon Q&A. If you need your properties comp for free, go to comps101.com. We'll send you over a video telling you why we think it should comp for that much. Everything you need and want is at the 205-964-5243. But before we get into me saying that, the title of this particular video is driving for cash buyers.
Yeah, but they requesting on Instagram.
Yeah. Driving for cash buy. Before I get into that, make sure you like the video. And when you like a video, again, I just learned this week, you start to create a library and that you can access through the library tab on your app. And you go under like video. So now you don't have to refer back, say, oh, I can't find that video where he said this or he taught this or he was training on this. So if you like the videos, you'll automatically have access to what you've already watched and this you can go back and relate back to. So make sure you like it, share it, help someone else that may want to get into this game, change their financial situation. So if you want a copy of the contract that I've been using since 2003, text to word contract. You want to build a cash buyer's list before you get started, or if you have a deal on a contract, text the word cash to that number. If you want to join my Facebook group, a lot of people in there networking with each other all over the country, helping each other just on a daily basis. Text the word group to the 205-964-5243. If you want to put your driving for dollars or just trying to figure out who owns a particular vacant house, text the word vacant to the number. You want to learn how to text message the proper way, with some changes are going to come down the pipeline on text messaging. I'm sure we're going to be compliant with that. Text the word text. You need a script. Text the word script. You need a CRM to manage your leads. You want to be able to create different actual pipelines for the type of leads that you're receiving, for your bandit signs, for driving for dollars, cold calling, text messaging. Then you want to be able to communicate with sellers also through text, email, ringless voicemail, and actual phone calls that are recorded. So now, whenever the call is recorded, you can refer back to it for your own personal use. But if you're using a VA or you partner with someone, you can go back and listen to their messages also to see if they're doing what they need to be doing or just doing it, period, or whatever. So text CRM to the 205-964-5243. You want the closing detail sheet, text the word close. That's when you have a seller, you have a buyer in place, have them both under contract, but you need for the title company to simply know what to do. Who's the seller, who's the buyer, the sales price, who's getting paid what, who's paying what, or whatever, which that helps you get your assignment fee and them understanding what you want. So text the word close, CLOSE. All righty, I think I had enough of that. But so let's get into driving for dollars, driving for cash buyers. So most people think about driving for dollars. They're out looking for vacant houses that are obviously boarded up, broken windows, high grass, maybe a burnout, for sale sign in the yard, for sale by owner sign in the yard, for rent sign in the yard, the generic red and white, black and white, orange, black and white signs. or whatever. But also, you can drive for cash buyers. And that's probably as far as identifying buyers buying in the center area, especially if you see just like multiple rehabs going on. That is can be such a powerful way of networking that really doesn't cost you anything but your time and the small amount of gas money that you spend. So what you'll do is just get out and introduce yourself, especially obviously if someone's there that's working or whatever. The actual investor may not be there, but the people he's hired is there or whatever. And so you'll just leave your contact information, let them know that you'll have more houses like this in that area, and they'll pass that along. Hopefully the investors there, you can make the network connection there. So even if you see like a dumpster outside of house, maybe on a Sunday, and they're not working, but you see there's some renovations going on, you need to make it a point at some a mental note to drive back by there through the week during, I guess you would say, normal business hours, where they'll probably be there doing some renovations, so you can introduce yourself and you can add them to your cash buyers list. So whenever you're out driving for dollars, make sure that you're also keeping your eye open for what appears to be properties that are being rehabbed, being renovated. Boom, so we can go into some questions.
Can you tell them if they want to join you live?
Oh, if you want to join us live, just text the word Gator to the 205-964-5243. That gets you your questions pushed to the front of the line, right? We'll get you on the live stream. You can ask multiple questions. So just text the word Gator. Not understanding what I'm saying. Here's the Gator head. So text the word Gator to the 205-964-5243. You can get your questions pushed to the front of the line on the live stream. Boom.
I don't have any questions right now. Everybody's just saying good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's Friday, TGIF.
Eric Carney said, hey, Flipanthropist and the ladies of Flipness.
Hello, Phil.
Said he has to run to a meeting. The job thing's still getting in the way, but freedom is coming.
Yes.
That's all I got.
So yesterday I uploaded a new video on who owns that vacant house or whatever. So again, you could text the word vacant to the 205-964-5243, and you can see what tools I use, paid and free, that you can use to determine who owns a vacant house and the process that you need to go through. So still no questions on TikTok or Instagram?
They're joining.
Okay, well, so had a good show last night. You can go back and watch the replay of that. Hadn't done a Flippenar the last couple of weeks, so it's Flippenar 182. So you can do just Flipman 182 in that particular video from last night, our Q&A session with myself, Renikia, and Jessica was filling in for Adria from last night. Did a great job. AP should be back next week. So what else we got?
They said deep information. Love it.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. I can ramble only so much. I need some direction.
So why did you choose Wholesale?
Why did I choose it?
Yes, instead of Flipping.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Okay,
This is my personal question.
Oh, that's your personal question.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
oh, now you want to ask.
okay.
Oh, TikTok.
So your personal. Well, I'm gonna answer Ken's personal question. Well, one of them. At that time, I probably had less than $1,000 in the bank. So why do you think I chose one over the other? So.
But after time has passed, like why?
Well, I've done flipping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You've seen the process of that, dealing with that house in Pelham. Yeah, it's just time consuming, man. Obviously, you can make money with it. It's just if you base it on return on investment, what I spend, what I get back is nothing to talk about. So the question's from TikTok.
All right, how do you present the assignment fee to the seller?
How do you present it? You don't. That conversation never happens. It never happens. you are a cash buyer. Contract says you are. You buy as is. You close in 2 to 4 weeks. You pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. That answers their questions.
All right, this one says it's from Black Sheep Rise on YouTube. They said, "How is Dealator different from PropStream? It's the same thing, or are they the same? Is there more value in Dealator versus PropStream?"
Okay, Dealator is my brand that, you can fill out my contract there for free. You can access that anytime as much as you want. You can use the free calculator. You can access the closing detail sheet. What else I got there? That's it. So that's basically a hub where I offer some free services, but I'm a partner with PropStream, so you can access it and pick up the 5-day free trial through my site, dealator.com. So I'm Walmart. I just provide the platform. You go in if you want to use some of the free items, fine. You want to go with some of the paid. I'm also partner with Batch Leads, Batch Driven. Also, you can access it through dealator.com.
Still waiting on some more. But can you go over how to find a cash buyer?
Well, yeah. Well, I did a demo last night, even though I have the video. I forgot to say, if you want to, I did say the cash buyer. If you want to try to get a cash buyer, build a cash buyers list before you get started, just text the word cash to the 205-964-5243. But if you have a property in the contract, some of the ways right here on the board that you can market your property is through Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, LinkedIn groups, Craigslist, Realtors, Real groups, banner signs, Google, Sell My House Fast, and the name of the city. Those first 2 or 3 pages of results are going to be cash buyers. Other wholesalers and auctions are going to be some of the common ways to produce cash, a cash buyer for your deals. Assuming you have a great deal. Assuming you have a great deal.
Someone keep requesting to be on live, but they're doing it through Instagram.
Yeah, if you're trying to get on live, you're going to have to text us on the number, the 205, right here up on the board, right? We'll send you the link. You can join us on the live stream, but it'll be on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And wherever else, but not on Instagram. We can't do that. Well, I can't even see you anyway, so it doesn't matter.
They said hi, thanks for the content.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for consuming it. Hopefully it helps.
This one says, "What was the most difficult transaction you've ever had to go through? Did the seller always want to renegotiate their original selling price under contract, or did a buyer back out at the last minute?"
Probably one of the more difficult deals was early on. This lady, Miss Brown, her parents had left her house over in what is it called? Bush Hills. Ladies, y'all know. Mm-hmm. All right, and huge house, 4,600 square feet, right? And so it's technically in a D area / you want to quote unquote the hood, technically. But it's like the best part of that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the best part, so, and generally speaking, within 2 to 3 blocks, people really care about their property. Everybody keeping their lawns up. You're not going to be able to put up any bandit signs. They coming down, you know what I'm saying? So, so anyway, they left her a property. She was the only child, and she didn't live there. So when they passed away, they didn't owe anything on the property, but she went out and got a $25,000 loan on the property. So she got behind on payments on that. The house was worth around 200, and she got behind on payments on it. So she called me. So when I went out and looked at the house, she said she wanted 100 for it, right? But the house was in good condition. It just was one of those situations, I'm sure you all have seen this, which those are some big houses over there anyway,
Yeah.
but they added more to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was 4,600 square feet. And so she just used the house as storage. You couldn't even see the floor. It wasn't in bad condition now, but she used the house as storage. She had so many clothes in the house that you couldn't walk in the house without walking on the clothes. You didn't know if it was carpet under there or what. You know, you was walking on clothes.
How can you disrespect your parents' house?
Well,
like that?
I'm finna tell you. I'm about to tell you.
Your mama ought to be slapping you from the first.
Well, just think about it. You raise a child, right? I've never raised one, but I've seen plenty of examples of it or whatever. Who knows what went into raising her? Maybe gave her everything she wanted or whatever. But the problem with that is if you don't ever see, again, I've never raised a child before, but I'm just assuming this way it should go. My job as a parent would be to make sure these are productive human beings. They're going to treat people like they want to be treated, period. Right? Because I'm not going to always be here. Right? So if I don't do a good job of teaching them that, then when I'm gone and I can't save them from all the mistakes they're making when they're grown people, then you get Miss Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they basically, if she knew she was never going to move in the house, why did she just sell it when it was in really good condition? It was in good condition, but I'm just saying before she filled it up with her stuff.
Right.
I get it. You know, she probably grew up in the house. I ain't selling mama house and all that stuff. So that emotional side of it keeps you from, just like in relationships, a lot of times your emotion keeps you from making a logical decision. You know, if you were analyzing your situation with somebody else, you know what you should do or whatever, but you don't do it because you're in it. So same thing with when you're dealing with something like that. So anyway, I brought a friend of mine in, and he's a salesperson. He sells ice to an Eskimo, as they say, or dirt to an ant or whatever. He knew nothing about real estate. He got it down from 100,000 down to 40,000, right? And so back then, loans were so easy to get. So he was trying to get a loan so we could cash it out basically at the same time. I already told him we couldn't do that. But since he was involved, I was doing my other stuff. It took us 6 months to get to a point where I said, man, let me take this over. 2 weeks we closed. 2 weeks later we closed. So we went through that 6 months. So during that time frame, she was juicing him for money or whatever because she was broke or whatever. So we were making the payments to try to keep it out of foreclosure or whatever on that only $25,000 loan. And so when we finally closed on it, she was only getting where she's supposed to have gotten like 15,000 or something close to that. The money that she owed him, she only got 6, right? And so both our checks were bigger than his. So when we did the closing, the attorney, she got there early, and the attorney had already showed all the paperwork to her, and she saw what I was getting, and she saw what my boy was getting. And when I came there, she was just 38 hot. You're like, Tyrone, this ain't right, or whatever. Y'all make him. I say, Miss Brown, now you do know Eric has been giving you this money over the last 6 months, blah, blah. That's what's been taken out, and that's why it looks like this. Well, I know that. I know he has, but it still ain't right. So the attorney, he's dead now, Mr. Foster, he did that closing for me after hours, after 5 p.m. and it was on a Friday. And so I said, well, you know what, Ms. Brown, I'll give you, I think I was making 12,000 on her. My boy was getting right at 20 with what he had gave her. It was something like that or whatever. So his butt didn't even show up. And so I called him, man, you need to get a hold of this woman. So I'll be there. I knew he wasn't coming. And so anyway, Mr. Foster was like, well, we're going to redo all the paperwork. If I said, well, I'll give her, X number, I forget what the amount was of mine to make her. She's like, that's fine, that'll work. And so now he said, well, it's not going to happen today. If we don't do it with the numbers we have now. She was determined not to leave that closing off without a check. So we closed it. That's the only time I've had a seller to complain about how much, only time. That's 18 hundreds of deals. That's the only time I've had a seller to complain about what we were making or whatever. So all she had to really say was, okay, we'll close it. Tyrone, meet me at the bank tomorrow or blah, 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 to give me the difference. I wasn't gonna offer it because I didn't think I didn't think we mistreated her because she took her money. She was taking her money during that 6-month time from my boy or whatever, my partner on that. So anyway, so that was a difficult deal. It took a long time to get that little bread. So or whatever. Miss Brown, I seen Miss Brown like a couple of years after that. She was happy to see me or whatever. Look, yeah, just gave her folks, she could have made more. She just positioned herself not to make more. It's just wow, just left a crutch. Like I said, I don't know what her issues were or whatever, but she.
All right, this is on Instagram. Any tips on getting my first deal?
Any tips? Assuming you've educated yourself, or you're taking advantage of all this free content that I put out and others, whoever, or whatever. The main thing is that you have to say, hey, based on my resources, based on my time, what method of marketing or advertising to generate leads works best for me? That's it. And that's what it's going to boil down to. There's no secret to this business. It really just boils down to the main thing is, and once you understand the process of putting a deal together, which is not difficult to understand, how am I going to generate daily leads? That's it. It's a numbers game. You got to talk to a lot of sellers. You got to talk to a lot of people that own real estate. Hopefully some of them want to sell. Hopefully some of them are going to sell cheap. So that's the question you got to ask yourself. What works for you? What do you think is going to work for you as a person? Cold calling, bandit signs, driving for dollars, what is going to work for you with your budget, your time, who you are as a person? You got to be real with yourself and go with it.
All right. Do you teach virtual wholesaling as well?
Well, the only thing that you really need to add as a virtual wholesaler is establishing a relationship, a network with someone with boots on the ground in whatever market or markets you're targeting, whether that's a friend, a family member, another wholesaler, real estate agent. You just need to have someone in place to represent you and your interest or whatever. Other than that, you're going to do the same thing if you're wholesaling right in your same city. That's the only difference.
All right. This one's from Brenda Winstead on YouTube. She said, hey, Flipman and ladies, have a quick moment. Do you have a letter to mail to sellers?
Do I have a letter to mail to sellers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to do mass mailings, right? If you're going to do mass mailings, then I would direct you over to my guys that are experts on it. Just text me, hey, send me the mail experts number or whatever. But if you're just going to do spot mails, 20 here, 5 here, or whatever, then you're more than likely going to do those in-house. And the verbiage on the letter is just really simple. Hi, my name is Ty. I'm interested in buying your property at 123 Main Street. If you're interested in selling this property as is within the next 2 weeks, please give us a call. My contact number, call or text. That's it. There's no, you just keep it short and sweet.
All right, this one's from Black Sheep Rise. They say, is DealLater PropStream where you find your buyers and sellers list?
Well, more so the sellers list and buyers also. A lot of times buyers come from me advertising a property through signs or whatever. So it's just a combination of things, but definitely the sellers list.
All right, Latrice Dolly asks, do you split a JV 50-50? How much do you pay bird dogs and how much does a split JV, how much do you split a JV and fix and flip?
Well, if you have
Oh, okay.
What was good? Okay. On the JV, if you have a property, you need a cash buyer for it. It's a great deal. You're dealing directly with the owner. It's under contract. and it's off market, you'll submit it to deallater.com, right? And what happens is we take a look at the property, the numbers work. Well, we're going to contact you either or, but we can go about it two ways. We can just split it 50-50, or you give us a price. If that works for us, whatever we make above that, we keep. On a bird dog situation, my definition of a bird dog is going to do everything a wholesaler is going to do, except put it on the contract. So you're going to find a great deal. You're going to be dealing directly with the owner. You just turn it over to us at that point. Just submitting a vacant house, we're not interested in that at this point. It may change, but at this point, no.
All right, so Curtis Young, he's just commenting on the story you told about the house. He said, I would have talked her down heavily because I know she wouldn't have cleaned all of that up. And he said, I got to work on my patience like you, especially dealing with women and their emotions when it comes to business. Try somebody else. He tried us. Then he going to say, no disrespect to women, though. Kevin Samuels, is that you?
Oh, wow.
All right, this is on Instagram. After a property is under contract and I find a buyer, do the buyer and I come up with the contract or just myself?
Well, sometimes the buyer have their own contract, which is fine, as long as the terms somewhat mirror the terms that you have with your seller or whatever. So.
All right, this person just said, appreciate your consistency. I see your ads every day. I see your ads everywhere. All right, that rhymes. All right, this is on TikTok. Is one bed, one bath a great deal? We'll need more information on that.
One bed, one bath. We'll need more information on that. Yeah.
All right, this is on Instagram. Do you know if California is an attorney or a title company state?
I think you can do both in California, but that's just a Google search away. Someone Google that and let us know. If you watch it from California, you got a little experience, let us know how that works.
All right. Eric Carney said, can I ask, what are some of your goals in the near or further future?
I really don't operate that way. I think about a lot of things and I pursue it or whatever. For me, I guess goals are really simple. To always continue to grow and to learn more and always just on the search for opportunities, but just to spot things out and say, hey, I'm going to do this. I normally don't do that because for me now, everybody's different. Expectations for me, I try to limit expectations. It's sort of like a weird thing with me. So, it just like, I just want to continue to grow or whatever. And I'm open to anything beyond real estate. It just has to, but I'm much older than I used to jump at a lot of different things just because I can afford to do it or something. But I have to know me and how much time I'm willing to put into something or whatever, and how, and again, if I have the resources to make it happen. So as far as setting goals, I know it's weird, and I'm a weird cat. I already know it. I don't really operate that way. I just don't, because it sets up expectations. If I don't meet them, then what or whatever. So that's a hard question to answer, Eric.
You don't have any real estate goals, or like, is there something?
I have some things I want to do, but that I don't call them goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't want to see it as goal, but you're like, I'm making it. Say, I'm trying to
I can't answer the question. I don't really operate that way.
All right. Zena Bailey said, how do you get info on defaulted and foreclosure through county recorders?
Each county is going to be different on that. Some make it very easy to access that information and some don't. Now, as far as a free option. So I can't answer that because I don't know what county you're targeting. But, they are paid service, Dear Later, aka PropStream. You can pull all that information down for most counties or whatever. So But a free method is just going to be county specific on that. So I hope I answered your question, Zena.
All right, this one's from Nate Christian. Do you have a minimum amount that you would do a JV?
A minimum amount? I don't have no minimums. They can all, hey, if nothing else, it could be lunch money. I don't have no money. Hey, if I drop a penny, I'm gonna pick it up. So I don't have any minimums, to answer the question, because you never know that relationship that I build with a wholesaler or whoever. Yeah, that deal may only produce $500. We spent $500, $250 each. That'll pay something. Or we'll eat for 2-3 days off of it or something. It'll do something. So, but the next deal may be 50,000. So I don't really have any minimums or whatever. You never know who I'm going to meet by partnering up with them. So.
All right, this is on TikTok. How can you skip trace for free?
For free? Mm-hmm. Well, you have your free search sites out there, like True People Search, whitepages.com. Just Google. Google is your friend.
All right, while we're waiting on some more, what can they look for when they're driving for dollars, like abandoned houses?
Well, yeah, when you're driving for dollars, the obvious things that you're going to look for, the reason we say vacant houses because they appear vacant, which means the owner may have a level of motivation to sell it, because to get the house back livable or whatever the situation is, may take some money. So they may, I'll just sell it or whatever. So that's what you're banking on. So broken out windows, boarded up windows, front door open, high grass, possibly see that it's some fire damage, a dumpster outside, you can see mail may be piling up in the mailbox. The mailbox may be open. You can see the mail has been there for some months or whatever, so things of that nature. That's what you look for rent signs like these. For rent sign, what is this, black, orange, and white? You'll see the red and white. You'll just see black and white. These are generic for rent signs that they probably, who's that? A number. Okay. That you get at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, normally that's going to be the actual owner. So hopefully you'll find a tired landlord. So then again, while you're at the title of this particular video, when you're driving for dollars, you can also be driving for cash buyers. Look for possible renovations or rehabs going on and get out and introduce yourself. Maybe you network and meet a cash buyer, let them know that you'll have more properties like that one.
All right.
And also, like when I was explaining, like when you're looking at the app, and I also saw this explained last night on the Flippinar, when you if you're out using your app with the deregulated propstream or deregulated back sleeves or whatever, batch driven, you can a lot of times you'll be able to pull it up to see what they paid for it, right? So that'll give you an idea, and not always, but an idea of what they're willing to pay for a property in that area, which helps you possibly negotiate to make your money on a potential deal if you find one. So.
All right, this is on Instagram. Do you buy land?
I don't buy land, but I would wholesale some, back to what I was just speaking about, information, knowledge, and just the more knowledge you can have is the more to your advantage on any types of negotiations, especially in real estate. So.
All right, this is on TikTok. I live in Charlotte. So how do I know if Charlotte area is a good area to find houses?
Because it's population easily over 1 million. I'm gonna say probably 2 million. That's why there's enough people there. People die in Charlotte. They get divorced in Charlotte. They lose their jobs in Charlotte. They have medical bills in Charlotte. You have tired landlords in Charlotte. That's why.
All right, somebody said not eating today, LOL.
Only on Wednesdays, currently. Mukbang Wednesdays.
So y'all got jokes.
Oh, yeah, they got jokes. Like every time when we on here, I'm eating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would be eating some if I could have both of my hands free, but we hadn't figured out how to do that.
We're gonna have to get you a karaoke machine.
We need one of the.
You need a headset.
That's my name.
No.
So it can be like this, and then you can have your hands free.
I won't look like. I don't think. We need the mics to hang over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh.
The ones that hang over the choir stand at church.
The church I went to didn't have them type of. They had the old stand. So Sir Johnson pull it off and. Hey, whip the cord around.
Do like that. Okay, this one's from Saren, right? I think I said that correct. I'm sorry if I didn't. She said, "How do I wholesale a house when a person lives in it?"
The same way, Sarah.
Get
I mean,
them up on
Saren.
there.
Saren. The same way. You just have to make it happen. If they're motivated to sell it cheap, then you just have to make it happen. When you're dealing with your cash, first of all, that's why one of the reasons in this situation, taking photos and video helps you remove some of the tire kickers that may not be interested in the property, or cash buyers that doesn't fit what they want. So it trims some of that down. But the cash buyers that do want to actually take a look at the property, then you just have to set it up. And you just have to make sure the cash buyer understands any negotiations go through you. And you need someone there to represent you when they're there, because the seller's they live there. That's why in virtual wholesaling, in that situation, you got to have someone there representing you, unless you're just really, really comfortable with that cash buyer and you don't think they're going to try to blow your deal up. So, but the same way.
Al Wimberly on Facebook said, "Hello, Footman. Just wanted to know if it would be a good idea to repurchase a previous home that I had bought some years ago with my ex-wife that passed away. It seems to be involved in some issues. The house is valued at $980,000."
And yeah,
And yeah, you didn't finish. Send us the rest of it. But
I don't. When you say purchase a previous own, or if it's worth 980, or you getting it for 600,
right.
So I'm not sure.
Some kind of deal.
Yeah, what? I'm not sure what you're asking there. There's not enough information.
Okay, Frost Fiction Live from YouTube said, "How can you convince someone to sell to you privately when their property is in an estate trust?" And it says that according to the estate, they have to put it on the market and sell it with a realtor.
Well, if that's a part of the terms of the trust, then, and they want to deal with you, it's simple. If they want to deal with you and they're the executor, the one that makes the decision on the trust, right? Contact a realtor that you know or whatever. If you don't know them, be glad for that money to fall out of the sky. Explain the situation. They list it. And you put a contract on, they list it at $12.45. It comes down to $12.46 because you just put a contract on it. You fulfill the trust stipulations. Now, the realtor's going to want to get paid and you negotiate that or whatever, but yeah.
This was from Black Sheep Brides. They said, once you find the vacant home, how do you find the owner's phone number or info if it's off market?
Hey, that's the video that I did yesterday. Just text the word vacant. In that video, I explained exactly how to find the owner's information, but how to find their phone number. Just look up skip. If you just text me how to skip trace in that same video, in that same text, I'll send you the video on how to skip trace them. And then also you have an option to send them something in the mail because you do have their name and mailing address whenever you pull up their information. All right. Just text the word vacant to the 205-964-5243.
All right, somebody just made a statement about the mic earlier. He said he can put the mic under his shirt.
He can use the mic to go under his
Yeah, we did that, and it says 3 of them. See, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's 3 of them.
We're on a lot of platforms. Maybe.
Yeah. So yeah. See, we have to have a separate mic for TikTok. We have to have a separate mic for Instagram, and then Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I'm sorry, Twitter, all of Periscope, all of them. The other mic. So it's 3 of them. I tried putting them on my shirt, and people saying, "I can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you." Because I guess my beautiful skin on here was causing some type of radioactivity or something. And so we had to separate them. So here we are. I'm open for suggestions. I've been saying that. They didn't come up with anything, so the talent had to come up with the solution.
All right, the guy who made the statement about the ing, he said, keep being amazing. I was just joking. Much love.
Oh no, we took it as a joke.
Yeah.
We took it as a joke. I ain't no sensitive people here
Right.
at all. This is a great joke. This is hilarious.
All right, this is on TikTok.
I said I would eat eat more if
you had
my
some-
hands were free. I would probably be sitting up here trying to pound down some of that ice cream Jessica finna.
It be
Hey, the birthday cake, Bluebell. And this what it's called? Yeah.
All right, this is on TikTok. Is Zillow a good way to find houses, or is it better to ride around and find houses?
It's an option. Zillow is going to be tough if you don't know what you're doing, because the property is already for sale if it's on Zillow for sale. So that takes away some of your power as a wholesaler, right? Because even if you put it in a contract, a lot of times, not always, some of your buyers already know about it. Now, you can negotiate something that's very attractive based on what it's already trying to sell it for. The problem is you can't get that seller to take that listing down, which I guess you can always ask them. Offers are free. Then whenever they Google the address, first thing will pop up is that they go to it, they can see their contact, and there's a possibility your deal can be blown up. Most people don't know how to handle those type of leads or whatever, right? So again, if you can do it that way and you know how to maneuver through that, then boom. But driving around can be a productive way of doing it also. Again, if you want to see the tools that you possibly can use to do that when you're driving for dollars, just text the word vacant to the 205-964-5243. Speaking
of that number, somebody on Instagram said, I reached out to your number, no response.
When? Because I respond to everybody.
Yeah.
You probably didn't use the right number. 205-964-5243. Now we just recently released a video with the wrong number on it. That you might have dialed the wrong number. Just try it again. It's up here on the board. They can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Miss G Patty, I think that's right. She said, "Where'd you get your mic?"
I ordered these off of Amazon. They're called how do you say Sokanai?
Yeah.
Sokanai?
Ken, what that means?
It's not Spanish.
Oh, we thought it was Spanish. Sokani.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a set of 3. So you have the transmitter, and then these are receivers. I think I'm saying it right, or whatever. But I got them off Amazon. They're not that expensive. Maybe $150, maybe more than that. But yeah, I got them off Amazon.
Yeah, he got money. So
who?
You just said it's not that expensive. It's probably $150. Somebody just went, nigga. I think we talking about 20 or something. Okay. Al Wimberly said it's an empty house. He's the one who said he wanted to rebuy his house.
Okay.
He said it's an empty house now, and it has not been put on the market yet, but it seems to be heading into foreclosure.
Well, Al, if you can negotiate a great deal, hey, you could have lived in it 2 other times. Hey, the check still gonna cash the same. Make it happen, my man.
Let's see. This one's from Miss G Patty again. It says, "How long did it take you to outsource and delegate?"
I've somewhat always been doing that or whatever. Because some things I don't know how to do. Or whatever. When you got websites like Upwork and Fiverr, I'm sure some more out there, they just provide some really good services for cheap.
Where we came from?
Indeed. You all were not cheap.
Actually, I didn't come from you.
Yes, you did. Yes,
I called you from that number.
You saw it on Indeed, though.
You saw it on Indeed. I definitely came from Indeed, and he called me, and I had just come from another job interview
Mhm.
that was trash. It was trash. And it wasn't because of me. It was because, you know, some jobs they're misleading about like what it actually is
Yeah.
on
Was
the
mine
thing.
accurate? What I said?
Yeah, it was really accurate.
Okay.
But I was literally in the car and it was in Hoover and I was like, oh, I'm finna turn around. And I turned around and I shared my location with my boyfriend just in case, you know, I didn't know you were weird or not. And then I called my boyfriend. I was like, well, this man from Indeed called me, so I'm finna go over here and see about this job. And so I was like,
I watch your video, Grandma. He seems fine. Like, you got him off the internet.
right.
Hey, I had her on the spot.
Yep.
On the spot. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, when can you start?
Listeners.
Right. I literally came the next day. Cause I was dressed up and everything.
Yeah,
and
you
you
were
was like, yeah, you ain't got to wear that.
Because I ain't. And she ain't want nothing close to that since.
Sweatpants down. Okay. This was from Edward Cantrell. He said he got a seller that wants to sell a package of 3 properties together. One is land and zone commercial. Others are residential. It's a little over 5 acres. How would I go about comping and getting value?
Is this in a rural area or this is in a metropolitan area? Because again, when you I don't know what service you're using to comp the property. Are there any comps? Let's just start there. Number one, is it in a city or rural area or whatever? When you pull the address, is it pulling up any comps?
All right, somebody was just making a statement saying, yes, you do respond to the other lady. All right, this is also on Instagram. It said, do you offer mentorship? And if so, how much?
Yes, I do. Just text the number. I won't quote a price because it's going to change. Probably change as early as Monday. But for real, we got some stuff that's running or whatever. So just text me on the number.
All right. Let's see what else we got.
What time?
We just got a bunch of comments.
So 20, it's already hit the 20%. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay.
said Black Sheep. They said I just texted vacant to the number, no response. Baby, that's because we live.
No. I still should have
They
responded.
still should send something, but
You
like.
sure you sent the right over? Because I just tested it myself. I think I did. No, I did. I might have done.
But some
Text
of
the
them,
word
it's
vacant
like,
to the number.
if we
Ken.
live, you know, y'all, we using the phones. Don't think you're gonna get it right then. You know what I'm saying? It says
Might be a delay. Yeah. Text.
yeah, that's all I got right now. Okay, I see one. This is from Mike. He said, do you leverage business credit in your wholesale business? If so, how is it spent?
I haven't to this point.
Okay. Derek Bailey said you just need some video management software to multi-stream like Vimeo or Restream.
Well, yeah, Ken, we'll hold that question right. Ken just text the word vacant to the number. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, when you text the actual code words, you should get something back when you actually put the code words in. But some people really be texting you like, hey, Ty, I saw you on the live.
Yeah.
So if you text something like that, you have to wait. He'll come in and respond to you.
Okay. Well, I'll fix it. If you text I got, I'm gonna get it or whatever. So we're gonna get it and I'll respond back. I thought I had. Okay.
Would you use Vimeo or Restream?
Well, I've actually used Restream before, but the issue is TikTok and Instagram. It's one service out here. I'm still paying, but I need to cancel. That allows you to do it, but it was trash, as y'all like to use. Well, remember that service we were trying to use?
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
That was trash.
Yeah, so it wouldn't allow it, you know, so they still make it difficult to use a third party stream. I've never tried Restream with TikTok or Instagram. I didn't know you could actually do it or whatever. Derek, if you got any YouTube videos to show you how to set that up with them for TikTok and Instagram so I can stream it all at once, then most definitely send it over to us. We would appreciate it.
All right, can you close a deal with an FHA certificate?
My wholesale deal, not that I'm aware of. I don't know everything, but not that I'm aware of.
Let's see. This one's from Tanya Holloway. She said, hello and good day. My hubby has inherited or is responsible for a property that his dad had. After a title search, this thing is riddled with liens. The Dallas area is hot right now. Any advice?
Well, when you say riddled with liens, then you need to try to identify each lien, what's owed, based on, and once you come up with a total, and some of them will negotiate a lesser amount depending on the type of lien or whatever. What's the ARV? What do you owe? And you go from there. Hopefully it's worth $500,000 and the liens are only 10,000. You're in the game. So it's just going to just boil down to the numbers, Tiny. Tiny. Yeah.
All right, this is on Instagram. After learning from you, what's the first step I should take if I feel like I gained enough knowledge to jump out there?
Okay. You actually going to know what to do, but since you're asking the question, you're going to choose the marketing lane. How you're going to advertise, how you're going to generate leads. I somewhat went through it a moment ago. So that's the key, is that say, hey, I have this much amount I can spend each month, even if it's zero, but this much I can spend this month. Which one of these techniques that he talked about best fit me? Is it bandit signs? Is it driving for dollars? Is it text messaging? Is it cold calling? Is it ringless voicemail? So you have to fit what's going to fit your budget, your time, and who you are as a person. You have to be real with yourself or whatever. And it just boils down to how many leads can I generate on a daily basis talking to sellers, people that own real estate. Hopefully some of them want to sell, and hopefully some of those want to sell cheap.
All right, this is also on Instagram.
Oh, I forgot about probate, the word probate. If you are trying to build a probate league list, just text the word probate to the number also. Probate, singular.
All right, this is on Instagram. I sent mentorship. Is that a code word?
Oh, that's fine. I'll respond to it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Close it out. Okay.
What did it say? How many minutes? 10%. Okay.
All right. This is on TikTok. Single family or multifamily to first investing.
Depends on what your resources are and your end game. If you're looking for cash flow, obviously the multifamily will produce more in most cases, depending on where it is. Obviously, best in the house, whatever. But it normally costs more money or whatever. So it just depends on what your end game is and what resources you're working with. When I say resources, normally means actual cash and or credit.
All right. How do I even start? I have 5K. What to do with it?
Well, with 5 big ones, sounds lovely. Educate yourself. If you got $5,000, don't worry about that right now. Set yourself a 1 to 2 month goal. You're going to educate yourself on all of this free content that I have on my YouTube channel and other platforms. It's all there. Once you do that, as I just mentioned before, you're going to choose a marketing lane. You're going to be able to do a couple of things some people may not be able to do starting out. So it should give you an edge. So you just need to know what to do or whatever. So I give all that away. So just dive in and you should be able to flip that 5,000 into something nasty.
I'm assuming this person didn't hear you earlier, but they said how much is mentorship to talk to you directly?
Yeah, I said I can quote you how that works as of today. Again, that may change here in the next, well, it's going to change the next couple of days or whatever. So just text me, say I'm interested in coaching. What's your price? Just text me on the number up here.
All right. Is subject to the only way that I can get my first house for me to live in?
Or lease options, or just simple owner financing. It doesn't have to be subject to. If someone doesn't owe anything on the property, right, they may just owner finance it to you. Say the property is $100,000, You say 100. You tell them you'll make 100 payments of $1,000 each. It came, the bacon thing. Okay, boom. Okay, so it's working. So it's subject to is an option, but it can just be straight on or finance where the seller doesn't owe anything and they are acting as the bank. You just have to set up the terms or whatever, and what interest rate, down payment, if any, and so on. Or a lease option. You can do that also.
So the
Rent,
one,
which is basically a rent to own starter.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
So the one I read earlier from Edward Cantrell, who has a seller with the land, he said that it's rural.
Yeah, that makes it tough, Eric. It makes it tough to come up with a value just period. So you may want to go in the county records, what they say it's valued at, and probably get it 50% or less than that amount.
And Black Sheep said that he did get a text. It just took a few minutes.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yay. I don't be wanting you to feel like I called you out either, but I really say that because people, they'll comment all the time and be like, don't even get no text.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, if you texted, hey, Flip Man, what's up? Nah, you ain't gonna get no automated text.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You gotta go
If
in
I
and
say
respond.
contract, it has to be that exact word,
Yeah.
contract, nothing else. Script, text, close, probate, vacant, group. It just has to be that
Has to be
exact
that
word,
word.
nothing else. And you can't send some people say contract, script, text, group, all in one text. No, you're not gonna get anything back. It has to be individual on what you're looking for.
All right, JP said, I've gotten the cash buyers part understood. What do I do next after building a cash buyers list?
You want to reach out to other wholesalers, and they advertise their properties all over the place in the normal places: Craigslist, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and they're there. You're just networking and say, hey man, I see you got this property advertised. You're a wholesaler. I got a buyer that's possible that'll buy in that area. Boom, you go from there.
All right, this is on TikTok. I'm in Virginia Beach. Will renting to military be a good investment?
Running to military?
No, renting.
I would assume so. I would like to think that most of them pay their bills. They have the discipline to pay their bills. Yeah, we're about to. I didn't charge one of the phones up enough. You got anything else? Okay, so so this ends this week. Appreciate everyone that showed up. Again, everything you need at the 205-964-5243. Again, please like this if you're on YouTube, everywhere else also, but especially on YouTube, and then automatically goes into your library tab that you now can go back to and look at any of my videos. So any of my videos, like them, and you'll slowly build a library of content that you can always tap back into at the tap, and you're right there on your like videos under the library section. So you're on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Over 600 videos on YouTube, all there for anyone to take advantage of, as many have over the years. So there's really no excuses, and you have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is free.
And I just want to say really quick, if you didn't get your question answered, because of course we always get a bunch once we're at the end, this video will be in replay mode on all your favorite platforms. So you can go there and comment on it and get your question answered, or you can text him at the number 205-964-5243. All right. Hold on.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know. 205